Okay, I'm having a little issue with the audio. I mean, it's there, but the game audio is still louder than the voice audio, and I have no editing skills whatsoever. It's pretty bad. I'm using Camtasia, and I tried screwing around with Audacity, and I don't know how to do stuff. I'm having troubles. Nobody knows the troubles I face, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I don't know how to screw it around. So if you could tell me if you know that. If you don't, but if you watched, thanks for watching. And if you didn't, well, I guess thanks for not watching. Maybe? Yes? Okay, that was not planned at all. I accidentally reloaded a previous save state. And it kinda, I don't know, I was kinda mad. Upset, if you will. I had to, redo that. Missed some of the level ups I got. Well, I still got the level ups. I just didn't get the stats I wanted. One sec, let me just get a drink. That's much better. Okay, let's try this again. We'll actually save it this time and go on to Prologue 3. Thus, Prince Marth escaped Altea Castle with Sir Yegan and company at his side. However, the success would be little to him once he learned the cost. It turned out he had to pay interest on his loans. Cain, how are your wounds? You should rest. These scratches, it is my pride you are wounding, sire. Oh yeah, that message you were going to give me. Never really did do that. He was kind of too busy, bleeding to death, but I think he's got it back now. His Majesty's last words? What did he say? Come on, tell me. Did he leave me all his stuff? Was I the first child in the will? That's what I really want to know. Was there a will? Do we need a lawyer for this? We already expected that. I mean, with betrayal and all. But that doesn't tell us what he said. Come on, Cain, get to the point. What? What? I'm speechless. How dare they take my sword? Originally, mine. Was actually Marth's, but it even wasn't Marth's yet. But the entire point is that I was going to get that sword someday. And it looked really cool, and it can slay dragons, and do a bunch of other awesome stuff. But now it's gone, because they took it. What the actual fuck? Yep. We'll hold a candlelight vigil for them later, but we gotta get moving, Marth. They're right behind us. We don't have time for this. Well, that would be nice if I had the sword, but I don't, because you lost it. You could have, given it to someone else and told them to run back. That thing's been done before. I mean, Cain made it back. Why couldn't you give Cain the sword? What, it's like their enchantment that only, those with royal blood can even touch the damn thing? Does it, shock you, or is it from, Naruto, where those snakes, bite out of you from... What was the name of Orochimaru's sword? Fuck, I can't remember. The Kusanagi blade? And the snakes came out from the guard and, bit the people who tried to have it and, poisoned them to death? It's like that? No, it isn't. So why the hell don't you have it, Cain? You have failed me. You did what you had to do, Cain. Nobody's blaming you for that. I mean, some people may. The ones who are dead probably do, but I don't. I need you, Kane. I need you. That's an excellent idea, Yagan. So we can get basic tutorial tips, which are truly necessary to everything. Okay. Now, for those who don't know, that red flashing square was the enemy's, collective attack range. That's how far, this guy can probably move. Yeah, this guy can move all the way up here. And I don't know, I probably shouldn't have done this today. I'm a little tired. But I want to thank anybody who actually watched the first video. That's got 22 whole views. That's like 2 more than 20. That's amazing. It's like 22 more views than I thought it would get. And I'm really, it may be nothing compared to, channels who've been around for a while, but, for a first video, it's something. It makes a difference. It may not be the best quality, my voice may sound nasally as all hell, but, there was heart and soul put into this. Well, I don't know about soul. I mean, my heart's kind of beating, if you want to be technical about it, but let's visit the house. Just because you see an enemy over yonder doesn't mean you should go running up to him like a fool. Lure one out, then take him down, and then go on and lure the next. That's how we did it when I was a lad after walking up to school both ways on the snowy hill in the rain. Did any of your parents ever, tell you that, bullshit, walk uphill both ways thing? I know they mean it as a joke, but it kind of gets old and ridiculous after a while. So now we have Yagan, who is awesome right now, but in my opinion, my humble opinion, is complete ass later in the game. But he's there when you need him. You go over here, and you go right behind him. Look, sire, not all of Ra's might harries the castle. They've left soldiers here outside. So, it's just another prologue, and you have to just keep moving along with it. As long as it takes. Now we have Kane. I like Kane. He's not, very great now, but, he has potential. And they talk about terrain and terrain bonuses. So if you're on a fort, you can get extra defense and easier to avoid attacks. And you also heal on forts and castles and structures. Call them what you will. But there's really not much to talk about during the prologues because, they're boring and mundane, and I can't really complain because I chose this. I have to own it now. Oh crap, I forgot to switch to his lance. Whatever. He still wins. Weapon triangle becomes paramount really early in the game. Once you level up most of your characters, and you can just, tell the weapon triangle to go screw itself, but in the meantime, we're gonna keep it how it wants us to be. Okay, Abel, I want you to visit this house. Sir Yagan is a paladin, the champion of Altea. He may be old, but he's as strong as a Nox. That's probably one of the best tips I've heard ever of all time. When I first played Fire Emblem, the first Fire Emblem game I played was number 7, Reckon of Ken, or Blazing Sword in English, for the Game Boy. And I think for most Americans, that was probably the first one they played, because it was the first one that actually, came out here in official release. I mean, if you were aware of the other games in Japan at the time, you might have played one of, the fan-translated versions. But I was not aware. No one told me. And I don't really like using Gaggin, but just to you know, give him some love, demonstrate his ability, and just show that he means business. Just like kills everybody easily in the beginning. But yeah, when I was in that thing, the first game I played, there was no, you know, nobody telling you not to level up all your guys, and I relied a lot, and I mean a lot, on Kane Kent and Sane, sorry, Kent and Sane, the two Cavaliers you first get with Lynn. And I didn't really level up Lynn much, and then later in the game that really screwed me over, because I had Hector and Elliewood, you know, decently done, but you need to give all three lords, you know, equal precedence. Sorry, I have the sniffles. I've sort of tried. This is going to happen a lot. I'm not used to talking for long periods of time. I'm sorry, that was a complete bold-faced lie. I talk a lot. Too much, actually. Just keep moving on. Get this out of the way so we can get to the real level. Crap, I forgot to switch again. I am so forgetful. I'm gonna keep doing that. The entire game, I'm gonna forget to equip certain weapons. Okay, there's 2 axemen, archer, and 2 mages. I have to get all the way up there. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. And this isn't even, you know, the end of the prologue. We still have 1 more after this. Gosh, it just goes on and on and on. There, now we equip the lens. You can stop yelling for that. That guy just talks about weapon durability and how it is a thing. And how useless the hammer staff is. Like mages, they can attack. Fuck. I just can't get it here. Just doesn't matter what I choose. I'm always gonna be on the battering triangle. Mages can attack either right directly next to you or from far away. But they have crap defense, but better resistance than most characters. Hopefully this guy shouldn't hit me. Yes. That was a beautiful dodge. I don't know how you can actually, you know, dodge somebody by just dipping your horse's head at a certain angle. But apparently, it's a thing. And it works, so I'm not gonna complain about it. Ooh, another level. All good things. HP plus 1, strength plus 1, skill plus 1. And once again, I'm not going to use Able because reasons that I'll tell you in the next prologue. Needless to say, he won't be, you know, very paramount to the game's completion. I mean, I'll use him if I need to, but for what I have planned, it's not really going to matter much. Take the bridge. Now Frey's at half health. So we'll use a Vulnerary because it makes you less vulnerable, or I don't know what they were really going for when I named that, but it's, you know, your basic, you know, health potion pretty much. Sort of saying. Keep on moving on. I do want to see if I can level up Gaggin. I don't think I can, but if it's possible, I'd like to get it done. Plus, everyone else has crap resistance. Ooh, critical. Not only critical hits, in case you didn't know, it's all based on your skill factor. And it does, 3 times as much damage for whatever attack you're going to do. So that's completely how I learned my times 3 multiplication tables from playing Fire Emblem when I was in elementary school. Didn't actually pay attention to class. I think I slept a lot in math class. I think I was sleeping in classes really early on in the game of life, which I eventually developed an amazing skill to be able to sleep anywhere, which is very useful. And time for another prologue. Almost done. Not much longer here. We can get into nitty-gritty in a bit. There. That'll have to do for the enemy soldiers around here. They're all dead. All of them. You can look. No, sweep over. Do a double check a few times. Checking those fields over here. At least I think they're, fields. I mean, they're growing something. There you are, Meladius. I'm still pissed at you for leaving behind Elise. You totally could have done something about that. Is that staff just for show? No, he didn't. He didn't leave her somewhere safe because he is neglecting of duty and deserves to be tried for treason and hanged, strung up by a rope, made dead. She has elected to stay in the council because you did nothing about it. Isn't your job, regent safety above all else? Don't hesitate. Get back my sister. What do you think I'm doing? Because she's annoying and a pain in the ass like that? I just think it's cool to die in a castle? It's always about the prophecy. I'm sorry, I have the sniffles. It's June. And I have the sniffles. It's a sad, sad fate. Yeah, Dad was talking about some prophecy stuff too. So apparently something's going on and everybody knows about it but me. Or Marth. There's not actually... Oh my god. Never mind. Use them to hone your anger. Well, I guess that's the plan. It always seems that way, doesn't it? I got a feel for Marth here. Like, within the span of, less than a day, he's been totally screwed over by every force in the world. And, now we're gonna save again. Marth and his knights took refuge in a forest near Altea's borders. Because, forests, man. Have you ever seen the movie Defiance? Where they all hide in the forest and have their own little camp there? It's a good movie. And last prologue. Prince Marth, sire, are you listening? No. Give me a second, I'm just checking something. Huh? Oh. Meladius. It's you. I think we should give him the silent treatment. Get a hold of yourself, sire. I know how you grieve, but the Gra host that pursues us will not be interested. They don't care. No one cares about your feelings. put them aside. Hit yourself over the head a few times if you have to. Just, keep moving. Don't hesitate. From here, we will cross out of Altea, and begin our escape to Talus. I trust you are prepared. No, I'm not prepared. I have a sword and no healing items. And I have 3 horsemen. But you don't even fight Melodius, and 4 horsemen. I count Jagen. And a horribly unbalanced group. It's gonna be easy, but I always wouldn't say easy. Nothing's easy. Nothing's ever easy. Where did you get that key? What have you been doing in your spare time? Yes, solve problems with words. Violence is not the answer. It's the solution that comes after the answer. Okay. Now, we started right here this time, and this is the level that I was talking about, where things will happen, and we'll deal with that decision that we were going to make regarding Abel. Because Abel he's expendable. I'm gonna be honest, he is expendable, in my opinion. And thus, he shall be expended. Ow. I really wish we had a clear curate, or whatever the hell they call them. In this game, I think they were called curates, but I always call them clerics. Actually, I don't call them. I just call them healers. They're all healers. I mean, they have different names for different classes, but in the end, they're all healers. They all heal. What's there to know? I'm sure someone who has played this game 80,000 billion jillion times will tell me of all specifics and differences between the classes and why this one heals better than the other one. Altea himself from the prison? Look at that guy's eyes. Look at his face. It's just it's in this perpetual, narrow-eyed, cross-eyed frown. Yes, sir. Not many of them, but the scouts say they're a tough bunch all the same, and guess who's with them? What I didn't address last time is why are the soldiers all cockney for some reason? They were saying the prince is coming this way. Oh, yeah, that is what he's saying. I mean, we were waiting for him in the first place. Trap? Well, that's their plan. But will it work? Gonna have to send Kane to the fort after this. It's hurting bad. I could use a healing item, but I'm stingy. You inside. I can't do gag noises. Was the great Arrow King Henri's hero? Not Arrow, not erotic. It was not the great erotic king. Gaggles. I'm sorry. Yes, you can't talk to the... Forget it. They dressed him up in different clothing. there's a guy in there, and we can talk to him. Gordin. You will be our first archer. It will be a glorious occasion indeed. I like archers. I don't like it when they're on the enemy's team, but I love having archers on my team. Especially where you can turn them into snipers later in the game.